Pleiadian Saturn. If your natal Saturn is conjunct any star in the Pleiades, then you bring playfulness and creativity to serious responsibility. You embody the responsible optimist. Pleiadian Saturn combines the soul healer's optimistic service with Saturn's lessons around boundaries, structure, and sustainable commitment, creating someone who sees discipline as a joyful challenge rather than a burden. This placement is especially powerful for learning to serve others without sacrificing yourself, which is the ultimate Pleiadian mastery. The overall vibe of a Pleiadian Saturn is kind of like having Taurus rule your fifth house of creative self-expression. The Venus-ruled Taurus has amazing creative depth and range, while the earth element and fixed nature of Taurus applies stamina and practicality to the unpredictable nature of creative journeys. Hey, I'm Kellie, and before we dive into the 12 astrological houses, let's touch on some of the strengths and challenges associated with your Pleiadian Saturn. Pleiadian Saturn strengths. You bring curiosity and excitement to responsibility. Where others see rigid structure, you see creative possibilities and fun challenges to master. Your passion for helping others isn't diminished by discipline. You understand that sustainable service requires boundaries, structures, and realistic commitments. You naturally build frameworks that support joyful giving, creating systems that allow you to serve without depleting yourself. Very important. In Saturn integration challenges. Taking on too much responsibility for others. So learning that healthy structure means saying no sometimes, even when you want to help everyone, and balancing that playful nature with serious commitments. So developing sustainable approaches to service that don't burn you out or force you to choose between joy and responsibility. Pleiadian Saturn through the houses. First house. People see you as responsibly playful and whose optimism is grounded in practical action. People perceive you as someone who can hold space for deep work while keeping energy light. You embody the truth that healing doesn't have to be heavy, and your presence shows others that discipline and joy can coexist. Second house. You build material security through a balance of structure and flow, meaning sustainable service that is disciplined without being too rigid. Unlike other Pleiadian placements that might overextend, you instinctively know that boundaries protect your ability to give long-term. You create financial stability by offering grounded, reliable healing work with clear containers. Third house. Your communication balances Pleiadian enthusiasm with Saturnian wisdom. You're the master communicator who knows when to be playful and when to be serious. You help others build communication frameworks by teaching not just what to say, but how to say it, with authenticity and appropriate timing. Fourth house. Home is where you blend nurturing warmth with creative routine. You create family environments that are emotionally safe with clear boundaries. Your challenge is allowing family members to experience their own lessons rather than trying to govern everyone's healing journey. Fifth house. Your creative self-expression has elements of practice as well as spontaneous inspiration. Your playfulness has substance and longevity because you're willing to do the work. You teach others that sustainable creativity requires both inspiration and commitment. Joy isn't diminished by structure, it's enhanced by it. Sixth house. Service becomes sustainable through boundaries and systems. Boundaries support your helpfulness by preventing burnout or resentment. Your ability to say no when feeling overextended allows you to be more present and joyful when you do say yes to helping others. This is the gift of your Pleiadian Saturn in the sixth house. You demonstrate what's possible with a strong work-life balance that supports joy and well-being. Seventh house. You bring warmth and clear boundaries to partnerships. You attract partners who are responsible for their stability and well-being and can show up equally to contribute to the relationship. Saturn's wisdom teaches that healthy relationships require structure and balance, and your Pleiadian connection allows this to be playful and lighthearted. Eighth house. You navigate transformation with optimism that is tempered by a realistic understanding of the work involved, but not diminished or afraid of that intensity. You see the best in others while being mindful of appropriate timing. You help people transform at a sustainable pace, honoring the awareness that deep healing often requires structure, not just enthusiasm. Ninth house. Your spiritual philosophy balances idealism with practicality. You teach others that spiritual transformation requires commitment and consistent practice, not just peak experiences. Your mission-driven optimism is grounded in realistic, long-term vision rather than unsustainable bursts of enthusiasm. 10th house. You are professionally known for reliable and regulated service that uplifts others. Your career demonstrates that healing work can be both structured and fun. You build a public reputation around grounded wisdom, proving that optimism doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means responding to it with creative practicality. 11th house. Your passion for community is balanced by understanding that lasting transformation requires time as well as optimism. You energize groups while maintaining realistic expectations about collective growth. You help movements build sustainable foundations rather than burning bright and fast. Your gift is patient, persistent optimism. 12th house. You tackle soul transformation with sustained faith. Your spiritual practice is disciplined without being rigid. Your Pleiadian Saturn in the 12th house teaches spiritual mastery through consistent use of natural gifts. And because you naturally enjoy the work, it makes the journey feel less isolated. Now let's look at some practical ways for you to work with and integrate your Pleiadian Saturn. Daily practice. Try this. At the end of each day, jot down one win, meaning write down in a notebook or a journal, one thing that you took action on, even if it seems little or insignificant. It's not. Some quick examples could be, I paid the electric bill and didn't overdraw my account. I finally organized the front closet. I made my doctor's appointment. I submitted my time off request. This practice trains you to balance service with self-care, responsibility with playfulness, and structure with spontaneity. It also creates more awareness around the things you may be doing, but not giving yourself credit for. This noticing matters. It builds evidence and momentum. And the more practical things that you take care of, the more space your creativity has to flow. And since the journey of your Pleiadian Saturn includes mastering the balance of play and responsibility, if you find yourself leaning too much into that structured Saturnian approach, it may help you regain some playful perspective to be more spontaneous or creative sometimes. You may find some helpful tips in the following videos as well. Pleiadian Moon, Pleiadian Venus, or Pleiadian Uranus. These videos will be linked in the description or pinned comment below. Transit timing. The Pleiadian Saturn energy deepens on a personal level during transits to your natal Saturn, and especially around the time of your Saturn return, so around ages 28-29 or 58 to 60. But you don't have to wait almost 3 decades to harness this mastery. You can tune in once a month when the moon transits the Pleiadian Saturn in your natal chart, or during the May Pleiades conjunction with the sun. These windows are powerful for intention setting or focusing on sustainable boundaries around service to others. So redefining what responsible giving looks like for you. Okay, your turn. So which house in your natal chart showcases your Pleiadian Saturn's mastery skill? Drop a comment below, and thanks for watching.